Where do you start if you want to change the world? Is it by seeing a nation become energy self-sufficient? Helping charities to be as productive as businesses? By using their talents to give them a livelihood. Big changes like these can start with something small, like asking better questions. So where do you start if you want to change the world? You start right here.
Hi, Sarah.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Good evening, everyone who's watching this now. So we have on the show with us, the tables have changed. I used to be the guest, so today I'm being the host. So it's interesting for me to see how it works on the reverse side of the other side of the table. So today, as our guest, we have a very interesting person who's also a very close friend of mine, who has been, I've known him for now, I think 2 years now.
Yeah, 2 years
And
plus. Yeah.
2 years plus, and he's a professional MC. If those who don't know what an MC is, master of ceremonies, and he hosts events. He has been doing this for. Sorry, you want to share how long you've been doing this and a little bit of background about yourself?
Okay, Ken. Thank you, sir. They call me MC Shai. That's my stage name. Of course, I've been doing this for the past 27 years. I started this even back in the schooling days. Like I was in Form 4, I saw some people doing some sound system and MC, DJ, during our Interact Club. Interact Club is like the stepping stone for Rotary Club. I'm sure many people know Interact Club in schools. So from that moment, I just got like so interested. Oh, this is cool. I want to do this. So 27 years I've been doing this.
Okay. Today's topic is, what's the topic today?
It's about life lesson, life full of lessons.
Life is full of lessons. That's an
Yeah.
interesting. And I just want to ask you. I'm sure you have learned a lot of lessons in life, and every one of us have lessons to be learned in life as well. So I know cannot compress your 40 over years of experience into one short 30 minutes.
Yeah.
But I was just thinking if you can just highlight some of the lessons that our listeners, our viewers can actually take back and maybe apply in their life and see, okay, this is something that, I also have gone through such difficulties, or this is what I can learn from. So, sorry, you want to share with us some of your biggest lessons in life that you think, it has transformed you, if I can say that.
Okay. Of course, my interest is like to talk in front of people. A lot of people will say, no, don't you get stage fright, or aren't you like afraid to talk in front of people? I do, even after 27 years, I still have the stage fright. But of course, the excitement, the adrenaline will kick in to know that this event or that this particular program is going to be brilliant, and you are the main person going to like anchor, you're going to anchor the entire show. So you got to go up and do it. When I started this, of course, I picked it up as a glamour job. It was so glamorous back then. Of course, when I started, many would have seen this. The old timers, they know when you go to the malls or you go to the supermarkets, they'll have the DJs at the side. They will play the vinyls, and they will make announcement with these husky, big voices. That's like so cool. So I want to do that. So of course, I like picked up that, and I started to do broadcasting. This one they call the broadcasting DJing back then in the malls. I was so proud, and I was so, I would say, This particular glamour thing made me into an arrogant person. I was
Hmm.
so arrogant. Yeah, so arrogant. I was like, oh, this is very cool. We are like glamour. We same level with the celebrities, the artists, that kind of stuff. So I just got over everything. Got over my head. Along the way, I also I forget to learn. This one, I'll say I forget to learn because life is a learning process. Every day we make mistakes. Every time when we are talking, we make mistake. Of course, nothing can be perfect. Those days when people come and criticize me, I cannot take it. I'll fight back.
Oh,
Yeah, I'll fight back. Then for me, like I'll tell myself, "Well, you think you're so good? You want to come and criticize me? Do you know who I am?" I had this attitude. Yeah, I had. Okay, I now, of course, I'm so humble because of many people I've met, especially during the MCO period. Not sure how many people would have seen MCO as a blessing. For me, MCO is a blessing because it like put a stop for me. The wall in front of me is like telling me go back and try to realize what you've been doing for the past 20 years plus, and how you can improve yourself. Because
so was
why
it a
I'm saying
reset
this,
for you, right?
oh, it's a total reset. My mindset totally changed, and why I say this because I used to host a lot of seminars, trainings, family days. Of course, there'll be trainers, there'll be speakers, motivational speakers, motivational speakers. So I'm like, be thinking, what these people are talking, what they are talking. See, the arrogance is still there. But during MCO, because I got nothing to do, I cannot get jobs. I cannot do any hostings. I cannot do events. Of course, I was also running an event company. Then I got no choice. I joined this all the HRDF courses. Uh, just happened by luck. One of my friends said, "Why don't you just join these classes and you get some allowance and get to meet people?" I said, "Okay, why not?" Instead of just staying at home. And these HRDF courses actually made me to realize whatever that I've been doing for the past 20 years plus in my industry is nothing because I failed to appreciate my job. I failed to realize that I didn't want to learn. I didn't want to learn from other people. And it's like I'm always thinking I'm so good. I don't want to learn. Who are you to tell me all these things? But this HRDF, or now HRD, CHRD Corp, the courses have made me to realize there are so many things that I don't know. I also realized there's so many other MCs who are much more better than me. Even now, also there's so many people are much more better than us. So I'm like so humble. So I'm like taking this uh, MCO as a learning process. I learned a lot of stuff. Just happens. People say everything happens for the reason, and the right time, the right thing happens at the right time and right place. Just happens. I'm in Brickfields. Then I met Mr. Jaya during the market yourself as a freelance trainer because I really wanted to be a trainer. Now I saw like, okay, this is the thing I want to do in the future. I'm like getting my age is catching up. I need to do something more. How to say? More beneficial, more meaningful. Even though I always wanted to teach, but I don't know how to start, where to start. So I want to learn all these things. Then come to think about it. Then I remember all the trainings I used to host, all the seminars I used to host. I can do like that. So the HRDF, HRDC courses gave me the opportunity, like an opening window. Okay, these are the things that you can do. Let's check. I thought I can do everything. I never. For me, I like why people are talking about niche market, niche market. Why this? Then I met Mr. J. Mr. J actually made me to open up my mind. You need to concentrate on your niche because that's what you are really good at. If you like, you think I can do this, I can do that, I can do that. Yeah, you can do everything, but you're not the special. How to say the specialized person in that particular subject. Then you cannot compete.
Are you saying that today the world is looking for experts, right? Not generalists,
No, sir,
right?
because
So
before MCO, like everything is open. I mean, before the lockdown, before the pandemic, now we're in the endemic era. Before the pandemic, we can do anything and we can go anywhere we want. Now, things have changed. What I see is like what the new generation, the millennials, they have taken over, by leap, just without we realizing they are in front now. We are like supporting them. Before this, they are like hoping that we will give them a chance. Now we want them to lead us because so many things have changed. So that particular
Yeah,
training I've in Brickfield has opened up my mind. You have to be humble. Okay, there are so many people more knowledgeable than you in so many things. Okay, just because I'm good on stage, I can like rock the crowd. No, I can just wow the show. That doesn't mean I know everything. I'm just an entertainer. End of the day, when people come and ask me about something, then I won't be able to answer. That's like really bad.
sir. Okay, let's get the viewers
Yeah,
to ask to share with us their takeaway so far. Anything that
yeah,
you have felt you can resonate with what Sarah has just said. That sometimes we have this block within us which we feel, well, I'm already so good. What should I learn some more?
yeah.
And the thing is, life is always like that. The minute we have arrogance, it'll knock us down.
Definitely, we cannot go far. Really cannot go far.
Yeah, and then we are made to realize that, hey, I may not be as great as I thought I am. You
Yeah,
hear all those. I mean, we watch this in history, isn't it? We've seen Hitler, who was so great, and what happened to him. We know so many people who are so arrogant, and they've all beaten the dust. I mean, we have seen in some even our own politicians who thought they were invincible. Today,
yeah, yeah. It's true.
some of them have been given jail sentences, right?
Yeah,
So these are the things that, as long as you fail to learn the lesson, I think life will come back and make it learnable for us. Will give us a tight slap on our face
yeah.
and
Indeed.
say, look, you need this. So anyone here can relate to that. You just put in the chat so we can also see your chats as we go along. Okay. So coming back to, okay, well, of course I know you said you had some uh, tough lessons to learn. How about something more positive? Have you learned anything positive that okay? Which do you think is more uh, has a more permanent impact? The negative experiences or the failures or the successes? Which one do you think, in your experience, Sarah?
My failures for me,
All
because
right.
why failures? Because um, I'm the kind of person who like will never admit to failure. I always know I can do it. I will do it. I will achieve it. But of course, there are times that we will, even though we can do it, but we may not be able to do it properly. So we need to draw back, you know, think about it, plan again and start to do again. Because my career, when I was 30, of course, things were not easy. When I was 30, that's back in 2005, I started my company. Within 3 months, I made my first million. So that really made me even like so big. So I was thinking, it's so easy.
It's
I was thinking,
interesting.
yeah, everyone is like complaining it's so difficult to make money. I like made it for like in 3 months. So that's like really blocked all my how to say senses that I didn't plan. When I made my million, I didn't plan properly how to carry on, how to plan the future for the business. I didn't do. I just thought, okay, this one can be done anytime, and it will just happen. It will be there. Because when you fail to plan, it's like there's a say, when you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So that's what happened to me.
Exactly.
Lah. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the biggest lesson for me. Be humble, plan. If you really make good money, save. That's what I say.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
As I say, your wealth does not depend on how much you make, but how much you can save.
exactly.
And at the same time, they say your health does not depend on how much you eat, but how much your body can digest.
Yeah,
And and also your wisdom does not depend on how much books you read, but how much you can retain from the books you read. So this is What are you doing currently, Sarah, right now to improve yourself and to get on the right track and to make sure? I'm sure you already learned so many lessons. Which
Yeah.
of these lessons do you think is really helping you the most?
Uh, my great experience is, of course, joining all the HRDF trainings. I learned a lot of stuff like the accountings, which I used to learn in secondary school. Now the things are refreshing my mind, and that one really helping me in my current job, where I'm like the events manager in a place, and I have to plan and do the budgeting. All this while I didn't do all these kind of accountings and so the tables, all the calculation. But now it's very useful, So going to all these
Excel, you
trainings,
mean?
yeah, in Excel, I a lot of stuff which I thought I know because when you are running your own business, you do it your way, however you want and whichever way you want. Nobody's gonna bother.
Yeah,
E-
yeah.
Even if the documents you're sending is wrong, they can't be bothered as long as you get the business. But when you're working with a company, with a proper company, everything they have a system, they have an order, and everything have to be in that particular manner. So this is very, very tough. I never take instruction from people. Now I'm taking instruction from people. Yes, I at one time I will never take instruction from people. Now I'm like so humble. I'm learning and telling myself you need to take instruction from people. If you want to be successful, you have to work as a team. You cannot be alone. Then because yeah,
Absolutely.
for a short period of time you can achieve success if you do it alone, but if for a long term you need to have the team, and the team have to support you, and you have to support the team. These are the things I've learned a lot.
There's a question here,
Hmm.
Sarah, which I just posed to you. I wonder if you can see the comments here. If you see by the side, it says apart from realization, this Andrew, who is actually Big Chief, is asking apart from realization, what are the changes you did? You have shared some. Say that now you're taking instructions. That is something that you never used to do, right?
Yeah,
Is there any other changes you made in your life that our viewers can probably say, okay, I'm going to take that and apply that in my life?
I stopped how to say I will never go to people to ask for help. If I don't know anything, I will never ask people. But now I'm learning to like ask, because there's always someone who knows better than us. So I'll ask them how to do this. Because for me, why I don't want to ask anything from people, even if I don't know, because I scared people will think I'm weak, I'm not good enough. So then I'm thinking
Absolutely.
the
Mm.
reason why you need to ask, because you want to learn. There's nothing wrong to learn, and I'm sure the person that you are asking, they'll be really they'll be willing and more than happy to share the knowledge. So I just going to ask people how to do this, how to do that, instead of thinking what people going to think about me. So what people think about me?
Yeah, I think that's good because we cannot be an expert in everything, right? I mean,
Yes, yeah,
we could be good in, like, you're an MC, but I'm someone who specializes in training. So in our field, usually we are very competent, but you take you and throw in a totally different field, and you're lost, right? So,
yeah,
and I always believe this, only a fool learns from his own mistakes.
yes, true.
So if you are smart, then you can also learn from other people's mistakes. You don't have to make every mistake in the world.
Yeah. Some people also
That's
like
what
I had this same kind of attitude. Why should I go and learn with someone? Why should I look for a trainer? Why should I look for a coach? I can learn it online. I can read the book. But then again, I'm thinking you are getting the when you're talking to this trainer, when you're attending a training or looking for a coach, these people are sharing their life experience and also the actual thing happened to them. Reading a book, of course, is good, but it won't be as good as the real person, the trainer, the teacher, the coaches sharing their wisdom or their knowledge with you. So now, why I'm saying this, I hate to read. So you know this very well. I hate to read, and I never want to buy book or touch any books. But because of all these things, now I'm changing. I love to read books. I love to read every day. I read quotes. I look for all these nice words, wisdoms. Uh, all the authors, all the motivational speakers I never heard in my life. I know them. Anthony Robbins, who else? So many people. All
I
because,
wonder what happened to change you to become a reader.
or this is because we have the readers circus, a book club. It's all because of Mrs. Jaya Ashley. The way he okay, let me just share with you what this one training, how the thing changed my mindset totally. From an arrogant person became a very humble person. All happened within 5 days. I went to this train. Of course, I've been going through all the HRD COP trainings. I found most of the trainers, they are good. They're good, they're knowledgeable, but they just cannot engage with the students or with the audience. Because I'm an MC, I can engage with anyone. So I'm thinking, why they cannot engage? I fail to understand this. This is the bad side of me, which I hope a lot of people will realize. Please don't do this. It's not that easy for anyone to engage with the audience. Okay, some people are good, some people are not good, but we need to recognize that they are doing their best. It's like we do, we give them credit lah. So I was going through all the trainings. I'm not happy because this is not the way they're supposed to be training. This is not the way it's supposed to be presenting. I'm like commenting. Then one day, all happened at the right time and right place. Brickfields. I went to this one training. Market yourself as a freelance trainer. I saw this one Indian man, and just going to be very open. I told myself, oh my God, not another trainer. But the moment Mr. Jaya started the class, changed. Everything changed. I told myself, I'm going to be just like him or better than him. Yeah.
Right. Okay. What did you found uh, transformational, if I may say that, when you attended my course, actually? What made you change
Because
your mind?
uh, the knowledge, sir, because every time anybody asks anything, you will have the answer just like that. You won't even pause. You won't slur. You won't think. You will have the answer instantly. I'm like thinking, this man got book with him or somebody speaking to him or what? I want to be
Yeah,
that
yeah.
knowledgeable. Yeah, that's awesome.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, it comes to years, I mean, donkey years, just like you being an MC. Someone can ask you anything about MCing. I'm sure you'll be able to tell them what to do right because you have come through so many situations which people can't even imagine. Am I right in saying so?
yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. So
Yeah.
similarly, I have gone through 26 years. That's, I mean, it's quarter of a century. It's just like you have 27 years. Am I right in the MCing field?
27 years. Now I'm 47. Okay, I don't mind revealing my age. I'm 47. Of course, in the beginning, it was not that easy. I learned. Uh, the reason why I became arrogant because I'm like self-taught. So
Okay.
then I became arrogant. I'm thinking I did this by myself. Why should I listen to you? Which is very wrong. Very very wrong.
Sure. Yeah, yeah. Because I believe one thing, Shai, Sarah, Shai is his MC name. The thing is, we don't realize sometimes that even people whom we consider to be below us, if I may say that, in knowledge or experience, they might also have something to share with us which we could take back.
Yeah.
I realize this, so it makes it a humbling experience, of course. Uh, but humans, being humans, we all tend to assume. We tend to assume that we know so much, or we are better than you, kind of thing. But until we actually lower defenses and start listening to people, then you realize, hey, there's something there which I didn't know.
Yeah.
I've been. This has happened to me so many times now that it's really like a slap on my face to say, hey, maybe I should not have that kind of it. So now I, I, I try my very best. I'm still in the process of doing that. So I can relate to what you're trying to say, actually. Yeah. So Sarah, I want to. We're almost coming to the end of the show. If I may ask you, what um, takeaways do you think our listeners today can glean from our discussion today, which you feel, of course, you shared some interesting examples of your life, you feel is a major lesson you have learned, which you want to leave them with? What is that?
Always be
Please
humble.
do feel free. Those of you watching can please do drop in your questions. I'll
Yeah.
get MC Sarah to MC Shai or alias Sarah to answer your questions for you. Yeah, go ahead.
Uh, I would say always be humble and willing to listen, and also instead of just saying, I don't care. At least we try to listen to what other people are saying and why they're saying. If people are criticizing, take it as a positive feedback instead of we defend ourselves. Defending on certain things, okay, but we shouldn't be so defensive about any criticism. If people are criticizing, that means we need to improve. We only can improve that way. That's it.
Yeah. Unless maybe I can add, Sarah, that unless the person is criticizing for the wrong reason.
It happens. It happens.
Sometimes it does happen, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes they just need an ego boost.
Yeah.
So the best way they think is to put us down.
Yeah.
But apart from that, if so, we have to evaluate and see, is this person sincerely trying to correct me for the right reasons? Uh, what do you think so?
Yes, definitely. 20, 26 years, me 27 years, being on stage MC. I travel like almost all certain part of Asia. Then suddenly put a stop in that particular 1 year period when I was attending all the training. Made me realize I don't know a lot of stuff. I need to learn, and I also learned that there's so many things I've been missing. Uh, Missing meeting nice people. It's nothing wrong for you to be humble. It's nothing wrong for you to say you don't know. There's nothing wrong for you to ask for help. That's
Absolutely.
what I do. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think of continuous learning, Sarah?
Uh,
Continuous learning and self improvement.
we just need to learn, pick up new skills, learn new things. Even if we just say we know that particular things, try to practice again, learn again. Uh, because a lot of times when we learn about something, you can just say today I'm reading a book. I have this very bad memory because I don't like to read books. What so uh, today I read the book. Tomorrow, if you ask me, maybe I'll still remember. The next day after that, maybe I won't remember. Maybe certain portion of the book I remember. But I'm really glad, sir, because I attended your mind mapping course. I don't want really. It's like one of my favorite, because it showed me it's very important for my job, my field of work, because it gave me a way for me to write the script instead of just a lengthy script, but for me to pick up the important points. Then I remember what am I supposed to talk. That's very good. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Because mind mapping forces you to think of key ideas and keywords, right?
Yes.
So it really summarizes a lot of things on one small area. Yeah, absolutely. And I've been doing, as you know, Sarah, as you know, I've been doing it for nearly 30 years now.
Yeah.
Or I've been teaching it for 26 years. I've been practicing it for nearly 30 years now. So yeah, and I can't, if I'm a trainer today, it's mainly because of mind maps. I can't imagine myself being a trainer without having that tool. So I'm glad that I shared that with you, and most important, I'm very glad that you found it useful because you put it to use. That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes we go for seminars or workshops. We go and say, "Yeah, very interesting concept," but we don't use it, then it's wasted, right? And I have a term for
Because
this kind
this
of thing: shelf
so coming this
technology.
sorry sir, this Tuesday I'm actually hosting a seminar, and you of course they wanted me to prepare a simple script. You won't believe I actually did it in a mind mapping way. I emailed to them, then they're like, oh, this is very easy. Okay. So easy for me to remember because they have which speaker is going to come out, what topic he's going to talk, his salutation, and all the stuff. I did it in a mind mapping way. It did work. It really works brilliantly, lah. Instead of lengthy papers and all the words.
Mm. I don't know if I shared this with you, Sarah, that once I was in India, for a movie launching program where my company happened to sponsor part of the event. So I suspected they might be calling me to say a few words, being the sponsor of the movie, right? Sponsor of the movie event, not the movie itself. The movie cost millions, right? So we were sponsoring the event, the launching event. Part of it, I mean, not the full amount. But since I was from Malaysia, they did invite me to come and give a presentation. They said, "Oh, we have one of our sponsors here today. Can we ask him to come and say a few words?" So, can you come and say? We said, "Yeah, can you have a few words?" It was in India, and I'm supposed to speak in Tamil, which I did. But when I finished my probably 3 minutes, not too long, just a 3 minute speech, and I came down, my cousin who happened to be there, he said, "How come you spoke so perfectly?" I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "Your speech, you rehearsed it for so many times." I said, "No, I have not rehearsed it." He said, "But you spoke so well, not a single error." So I took a piece of paper and showed him, "This is my secret, my friend." He said, "What's that?" It's called a mind map. He said, "What? So what's a mind map?" I said, "This is what in my entire speech, in a small, tiny piece, this size of the size of a postcard. I folded it, kept in my pocket. So when on the stage, I put it on the lectern. And I was looking at it, and I was, because Sarah, as you know, you only use keywords, right? So I
Yes,
just glanced
keywords.
at the keywords, and it triggered my mind and started. So it has helped me throughout my life, and it's amazing. And I'm glad you've been following me and also being part of my great supporter of some of my programs. So in closing, I want to ask, what is that you want to leave these people with who are watching us right now? We have quite a few people watching. Some are asking questions as well. You already answered the question. Anything you feel like life is full of lessons. So what do you want to leave these people with, based on your experience, all the lessons, what it has taught you? What do you want to leave a nugget, if I may say?
Uh, I would say keep learning and pick up new skills. The world is changing. Uh, I'm glad I realized that I've been like slacking. I don't want to learn, but I've changed. I'm very happy because I've changed. People say you cannot change. I say yes, you can change. If you want to be better in your life, if you think you can do better, share the knowledge with other people as well, and just keep learning. That's all I can say.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Very good piece of advice, and something that we all can keep in mind, because life is full of lessons and we always keep on learning. Sometimes if we don't learn the lessons, life will give us back another lesson to make us learn it.
Yes.
Uh, and interesting, we are touching on this topic because previous week it was about lifelong learning, which I was the guest and Big Chief was the host. And today we have with us Emcee Shai, or I know him as Sarah, full name by the Saravanan, who has shared some wonderful tips with all of you people, which I'm sure if you were to apply in your life, you will be able to maybe not make so many mistakes. I mean, we all will make mistakes for all our life. We are not perfect, but as we go along, we learn lessons. We correct our tour, just like an airplane which is taking off from Kuala Lumpur, destination being Beijing. You won't find an airplane which is set for Beijing go straight there without any detours. There will be crosswinds, there will be air pockets, there will be all kinds of things that will divert the plane. But what happens is the pilot has to, or even the autopilot, will correct the flight and back it back, or put it back on track. So life is about like that.
Yeah.
A lot of people wait for it to be perfect. But remember one thing: life is never perfect. Life is never going to be. The circumstances will never be perfect. You just get started and you go along. Like what Sarah has rightly said, he started on his journey. He made some blunders. I mean, he made his million, which is, I think, not many of us can be, fortunate to have been in that position, but he has. and Shai lost it, but now I think he's on his way again to become millionaire. But now I'm sure Shai, a wiser millionaire than we were before, right?
Definitely.
So with that, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to say good night to all of you, and thank Shai for joining us.
Thank you. Thank
And
you.
see all of you back next week.
Thank you. Thank you, Big Chief. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, all right.
Thanks, Mr. Jaya. Thank you.